What's up, guys? This is Calibri here.
Yeah, the beast.
And I'm Taro.
And I want to first off apologize for whatever the fuck Skype's wanting to do with their shit. We don't like this at all.
Yeah.
Everything was like so even, and now it's not. But I normally don't do videos on articles I see on Facebook because most of it's just kind of bullshit. But this one really caught my eye. Because personally, I think it's kind of fucked up, and I'll explain here in a little bit. They have opposing opinions. Or she has an opposing opinion. I don't know what his opinion is. So, what we're coming to look at is secondary school forces students to. Hang on, we're going to have to click on it. Use unisex toilets with cameras inside, leaving parents outraged. Now, we're not gonna. We already read the article. I will link the article down below for you guys to read if you want to read it. But yeah. I don't really have an issue with the unisex portion of it. I mainly have an issue with the cameras. It's like,
Yeah, it's like me too.
yeah.
Right.
So me and B share the same
Yes.
opinion.
Unisex bathroom. It's like it's okay. The symbol on the front door, the symbol on the female, it says both. And I mean, I've been in plenty of different areas where sometimes they only have one bathroom, or they have two bathrooms. It makes the flow of the flow of the bathroom situation a little quicker because you're using two different bathrooms for the same purpose. It doesn't, if you try to like separate by gender, sometimes you get like the bottleneck effect where you're trying to funnel one, large group into a singular bathroom. So, I mean, to me, I guess it really doesn't bother me about the whole unisex bathroom. I see it in colleges where they do co-ed bathrooms. It's nothing new. It's, be respectful, be an adult. I mean, know your boundaries. It's a bathroom. Go in there, do what you gotta do, and get the fuck out. Now, the cameras, on the other hand, I think like it might not. It might. I think you were saying you have seen it before.
I have.
Just being in the U.S., I think it's weird for us because in the U.S. it's just not a thing. Like you just don't do that. It's actually illegal to do it, and for us to hear about cameras in the bathroom, that's like the invasion of the privacy. That's just like why do you need to? I mean, I guess I get the implication of what reasons you were saying, like vandalism and fights, but just to hear it portrayed is kind of like weird to us because it's like, yeah, we had that problem too, but it's like usually we just have like people.
So I went to 7 elementary schools and 2 high schools in my course of schooling. And in only one of the elementary schools and one of the high schools were there cameras in the bathrooms, and it was only in specific bathrooms that there were these problems. And in elementary school, the school itself, which is somewhat common in the general area of where I used to live, the school was like split by ages. So like you had like kindergarten, grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, and I think 4 in like one half of the school. And then there was not like a divide, but like it was just a different area of the school. So you use different bathrooms, they had different recesses. There was grade 5, 6, 7, and 8. And it was the bathroom that was outside of my grade 6 classroom. There really isn't anything that stops this was before unisex bathrooms, there really isn't anything that stops someone of a different sex from entering their non-assigned bathroom. And one of the issues they had was they had a couple students in particular that would chase after other students, and they'd like go and try to like run into the bathroom because it's like a safe area, I guess, but there really isn't. It's just a door. And it got aggressive to the point where I only went to that school for a year. In that one school year, I think somewhere around 16 kids got assaulted in the same bathroom. And the assaults were either from it was a female bathroom, it was either from a female, and I believe like 4 of the assaults were from male students chasing after females. And they ended up breaking mirrors, they broke a couple sinks, the bathroom was out of order for a good month, under repair. They used to break the doors. This was females too, they would break the doors. I think it was mostly the grade 8 students that would break the doors, but it got to the point where there's only one bathroom for these grades. Because it had like 7 stalls in it. There's only the one bathroom for these grades, and like when we closed it, you had to go to the elementary schools, like the younger kids side, and that caused more problems because then like younger students were being bullied. So in the older kids, they put a camera outside of the bathroom facing into the bathroom, and then one that was like facing the sink area. In the article, it says that they're like facing towards the stalls, but they're not in the stalls. But also, one person said that, and that came from a student. So I don't know anything about that. When they installed them, a newsletter like went out to parents that was like, "This is happening. This is why this is happening. This is what this is supposed to prevent." Like this is like there was kids with like broken jaws, broken nose, broken teeth. I had my glasses broke. Because when I, cause one fucking asshole student, I, slammed the door on his face, and when I did that, the stall door on his face, and when I did that, my glasses fell off, and he picked them up and snapped them in half. Children are horrible little cretins.
Sure.
I'm not saying all children, but a lot of children are horrible little monsters. Especially in between, grade 6 and grade 8. They're terrible. In one of my high schools, in the drama department of my high school, by the way, was gigantic, so, literal department split off. In the drama department, and I don't want to say this is why, and I don't want to, implicate things that might not be implicated, but the drama department of my high school, they got trapped inside of the bathrooms a lot and the change rooms, because if they were getting changed for something, for a drama production, chances are they would either come to school wearing it, or they would change halfway through the day, because the amount of time they had before the production, either the end of the day or at lunchtime, they didn't have enough time, so they would either get changed when they got to school or whatever. And there was a lot of physical violence. There was a lot of death threats being written on the mirrors, on the walls, and because the drama department literally had separate bathrooms in that general area that literally only people that were in that general area ever used. So if they were there, do you understand what I'm saying, or am I rambling?
No, I understand.
Another problem too was that a lot of the threats and stuff that were written on the walls, and it only happened in the one area. It didn't happen by the bathrooms by the gym, although they did install a camera outside of the female change room door. And I think that was to see if any males were going inside of there. But we had I think that school still has a pretty big queer population.
Okay.
And a lot of them take part in the arts, which is all by the drama department. So a lot of the threats and stuff like that were slurs towards stuff like that. And again, it was a lot of broken bones, broken jaws, broken glasses, people being assaulted in the bathrooms. And the issue wasn't even with the students in our school, because they couldn't identify the students that were attacking them. They were co-op students from other schools.
Okay.
So it's not even like you could be handed a yearbook and be like, find the person that just punched you in the face, or that just slammed your head against a sink and broke not only the sink, but your face.
Your face.
So it was the same thing. There was cameras placed outside of the drama department, and bathrooms. There was cameras placed there. That one caused a little bit more of an issue than the high school one did, because there was female drama students complaining that we would get changed in the general area, like the outside of the stall area, and now they didn't do that. But I mean, maybe don't do that anymore. Change the well, so we have like. I guess it depends how it's done and how severe the reasoning for it being done.
Yeah. I totally agree with that. I guess it depends on the implication, I guess, of the camera, of where it's located, where it's panning, where I guess it goes. But I think it does. It's just kind of like something we just don't do here very often. So it's kind of different for us to hear something like that. But hearing the reason why it's done, like in other areas, I guess it does help kind of understand what the reasoning behind the places that are more willing to do so. Because those kind of reasonings right there seem legit. It's not like they're... I don't know, when you think about cameras in a bathroom, you're automatically like, oh my god, like they're freaking taking a look at people using the bathroom. That's sick.
Well, I think the second reason, and okay, I would like to say I only know this stereotype because of watching World's Strictest Parents, but I know that there is a significant drug problem between the ages of 12 and 18 of UK students.
I think it's every student.
I live in Canada. That's not like the biggest problem is that people smoke weed.
Right.
For at least students, I mean, like, you're hard pressed to find a student, at least in the area where I used to live, in the area where I live now. You'd be hard pressed to find a student shooting up in the bathroom.
Oh yeah, yeah, I can see.
Yeah.
But again, with most camera things.
Mm-hmm.
At least from working in places that had cameras and just in general, and I've had security cameras myself, you never really check until something happens.
Mm.
It's not like there's someone sitting there watching.
Yeah.
They're being recorded onto a hard drive, and if a student comes to you and goes, I had my head smashed against a mirror at this time during this period in this bathroom, I'm bleeding everywhere, they can pull the hard drive and look and see who smashed your fucking head against a mirror.
I think that's how a lot of surveillance cameras and how cameras work these days anyway. The picture of the old man watching the screen because it's a live broadcast freaking like 24/7. I don't think thankfully that's not needed anymore. Or it would be kind of a creepy situation. Yeah, that's right. I mean, that's how I stand about it. I mean, like, the unisex bathrooms don't bother me. I mean, honestly,
from what I remember, there was almost nothing in that about the bathrooms being unisex. It was all about the cameras, which is understandable. The concern and the fear for the cameras is understandable. And I'm pretty sure it was only like in place unisex, like in the title, was for clickbait.
Well, liberals do tend to do that.
well, I mean, to me, I mean, like, I don't know about a lot of people, but to me, unisex bathrooms are everything. Probably it's something I grew up with. I'm sure we all ran into them. They become more and more frequent. In fact, sometimes I think they're more of a luxury than they are actually anything, because you don't have to, sometimes you go to a place and one bathroom happens to be out of order, and it just so happens to be the male bathroom, or vice versa, and the person on the receiving line of having to be like, oh shit, now I'm standing in front of this perfectly working bathroom, and I'm not physically allowed to use it because of my gender. So having unisex bathrooms, and it's just like, hey, it's a bathroom, which it should be. I always like the whole fact of, like, it's a bathroom. Fucking just use the bathroom. That's just how I look at it.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously there's stall doors. I mean, granted, there's a lot of those places that don't have stall doors. That becomes a whole different situation all of itself. But if you have stall doors, yeah, you have like your privacy dividers. I mean, for crying out loud. I mean, it's actually.
When I was a child, I had a really hard time grasping the concept of gender, which makes a lot of sense now that I've grown up. I have a hard time grasping the concept of gender and sex. And I can distinctly remember being at a friend's house who was male, and he had a brother, and they only had a father. And I remember going home, and my mom was like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "I really have to go to the bathroom." She's like, "Why didn't you use it there?" And I'm like, "They don't have a bathroom for a girl." Because I was so confused by it. Because, at school, they were literally, on, separate ends of the room. It was, I don't remember what my first school was like. I kind of do, but I kind of don't. But it was they were on opposite ends. They were like, "Don't go near the boys' bathroom." I'm like, "Well, I'm in a house with only men. Doesn't that mean their bathrooms only for boys?"
Right.
I was 5.
It's cute though.
I was still in kindergarten. I couldn't understand.
Yeah, most of us don't understand when we're that age. But no, I don't understand it. But hey, if it helps out, I mean, that's all that matters, really. Although I wanted to point out, I had read some comments from where I got the article from, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, get a bathroom monitor. Have somebody chaperone the kids to the bathroom." I'm sorry, I'd rather fucking cameras than some grown-ass adult chaperone a bunch of kids to a bathroom.
Yeah, let's get on that creepy scale that those fancy bathrooms have with the attendant that asks if you want cologne or some kind of hot towel or something.
Yeah.
It's dude, I could just get to myself. Just freaking put a tray out there and I'll freaking play accordingly. I just don't feel comfortable with the dude just standing there lurking in the bathroom. What are you doing here, dude?
And it wouldn't matter if you sent a chaperone to the bathroom anyways, because most students are known to fight teachers.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I get their intention trying to stop fighting or stop violence or whatever. I don't really see that happening, especially in a bathroom situation. The bathroom brawl has been put too much into high regard within movies and such. I mean, everybody wants to do it.
Yeah.
Everybody
Me. I prefer barroom brawls.
Well, yeah, everybody wants to do that. But at that age, the bathroom's probably the closest you're going to get to a barnyard brawl.
Probably cleaner than a bar.
Probably, in some regards.
But I think that's pretty much it. Me and Beast don't agree with it, but if other countries do it, then it's fine.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like down below. Don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell to be alerted when we upload new videos. Anyways, guys, this is Storm Family signing out.